Hello students. So students, in the previous class, we have started with a new chapter, that is fiber to fabric. So, we are already knowing about the term that is fiber. So let me tell you that fiber is what? It is a long thread-like a structure which we obtain either through that of the plant or that of the animals, or even we are able to synthesize it artificially. Now here it is fiber to fabric. It means this thin thread like a structure, basically when they mix together, when they join together, then we can form a fabric from these fibers. Like what? Like if we take cotton, so with the help of the cotton fiber, we are able to make the cotton fabric. Or with the help of the woolen fiber, we can make the woolen sweater or the woolen fabric. So basically, the fiber is there in order to make the fabric from it. If we talk about the fiber, students, so basically these fibers are classified into two, that is natural and the synthetic fiber. Here in this chapter, we will going to study about that of the natural fiber. Natural fiber, as I had told you, that it is obtained from the nature. Nature means what? Which is related to plants and animals. So we can say that the fiber that we obtained from the animals, from the plants, that is called as the natural fiber. And basically, it is divided into two, plants and animals. So what are the plants fiber that we obtain, students? So cotton is there. Cotton, even jute is there. So these are all that we obtain from that of the plants. If we talk about that of the animal fiber, so wool and silk, these are the two most important animal fiber is there, with the help of which we make fabric. Starting with that of the wool fiber, students, so we have seen that basically wool is what? It is a soft, wavy like a wavy or a hair. Wavy, it means a curly hair, which covers the whole body of the sheep. And we used to obtain it through the sheep by taking out this hair, and because of this curly hair, because of this waviness, it helped in protecting its body from the outer cold. Actually, in sheep, in the wool, it is having a more space for the air, and due to which we can say that it used to trap more amount of air in it, and ultimately this air, we know that air is what? It is a poor conductor of a heat, so it do not allow the heat to get evaporated from our body. So it helps in maintaining the temperature, it do not allow heat to go outside, so ultimately it helps in protecting the body from the surrounding cold. Okay, so this is how we are able to protect wool fiber, students. Okay. So that is why we used to wear in the winter we used to wear the woolen clothes, because it helps in trapping the that of the air that will prevent the loss of the heat from the body. As well as if we talk about that what happened in the summer, absolutely we do not prefer to wear the woolen, because we need the air heat should get evaporate from the body. So this is the property of the cotton clothes. So that's why we used to prefer the cotton instead of the woolen clothes. Now there are a lot of animals which used to provide wool to us, like that of sheep is there, then yak is there, goat is there, camel is there. These all are the different animals who provide wool to us. Okay, now the amount of the wool, the quality of the wool, it also differ from different type of sheeps that is available, that is reared in a different places. So it basically differ from place to place the type of the quality of the wool, and the different sheep wool is used for a different purpose. It is not necessary that all the sheep wool is used for making the clothes, but it is also used for making carpet. It is also used for making that of the for hosieries. So these are the few things which we can make with the help of the wool, students. Now moving on, and we will see here that wool, we said that basically we obtain wool from the sheep, but wool we obtain from that of the goat hair also, like the Kashmiri goat, through which we used to make the pashmina shawl. Okay, so wool is also obtained from, it is also obtained from goat hair. Goat hair. We also obtain it from goat hair. From the goat hair. Here we can say here one more thing, that is the under fur of Kashmiri goat is soft, so we can say here that the fur of Kashmiri goat, the fur of Kashmiri goat is soft, and thus it is used in making pashmina shawl. Pashmina shawls. That is why it is also used for making pashmina shawl. Now there is the Angora wool is also there, which is obtained from Angora goat. Angora wool is obtained from Angora goat. Angora wool is obtained from Angora goat. This Angora goat mainly found in the hills of Jammu and Kashmir. Found in the hilly region like Jammu and Kashmir. Jammu and Kashmir. Okay. Likewise, yak wool is also very common, which is basically found in that of the Tibet or in Ladakh. So, another kind of a wool is yak wool. So, yak wool is also obtained from hilly regions, Ladakh and Tibet. Ladakh and Tibet. Okay. The fur of the camel is also used for the wool. So there are some of the camel which is consisting of a lot of fur that is also used for making wool. And such kind of animals, that is llama, and alpaca. Are also used for wool. Are also wool obtaining animals also we can write it. Are also wool obtaining animals. These are also the wool obtaining animals. So you can see here students that different type of a sheep, different types of a goat, yak and camel. These all are the animals which help in providing wool to us that will be used for the different purpose. So up to here we have understood one thing, that wool is obtained from the animals, different animals, especially the animals who are living in the hilly region. They are consisting of the fur. That fur is used for the wool, and the reason for having fur on their body, especially for the animals living in the hilly region, because in the hilly region the temperature is down, wind used to blow, and due to which they have to protect themselves from the cold climate. Okay, so they are having fur which help them to protect it. Okay, fur help in maintaining the temperature and also makes them to survive in that extreme conditions. Okay, now moving on, and we will see here that okay, we are knowing that these are the animals through which we obtain wool. Now let us see that how we used to obtain, means how the wool is obtained from them, means what is the method that we used to do by which we can get wool from them, as well as how this wool is used for making the different things. Okay, different things, it means for the for making clothes, for making carpets and other things. So production of wool. Production of wool. So this is the production of wool. So wool basically came from sheep, and for that, to get wool, it is important that we should rear and breed that of the sheep. Rearing of the sheep, it means taking care of the sheep. It means providing proper food, providing shelter to them, as well as taking care of the sheep. That is important. So we can say here that the wool which is obtained from the sheep, it should be reared and breed properly. Okay. So let us, we will start with the first one, and that is rearing and breeding of sheep. Rearing and breeding. Rearing and breeding of sheep. So let me write here what do we understand by the term rearing. So rearing means to look after the sheep. To look after the sheep. Look after the sheep by providing them food. By providing them food, then shelter and health care. And the health care. Rearing means to look after the sheep by providing them food, providing them shelter, as well as by taking care of their health. Because of this process only we are able to make the more and more sheep to be there, and ultimately we will get a good quality of the wool. So this is what we understand by the rearing. Now who used to do all this process, means who provide the food, shelter and even take care of our health. So they are called as the shepherds. So shepherds are basically there to take care of that of the sheep. Okay. Now, how do they take care of the sheep? So at first they used to take care of the food. So you know that sheep are what? They are herbivores. Herbivores, it means they need grass, they need small plants to eat. So shepherds, they used to take the sheep to the field, to the place, so that where they can graze, okay, where they can get the grass. So we can write it here that is the person who look after the person who look after the sheep are called shepherd. They are called as a shepherd. Called as the shepherds. The person who look after the sheep, they are called as the shepherds. And shepherds used to carry the sheep to the places, to the field where they can get the sufficient amount of grass. So they used to take their countrysides for grazing. So being herbivores, sheep are carried by shepherd to countryside for grazing. To countryside for grazing. To countryside for grazing. So being herbivores, sheep, they are carried by the shepherd to the countrysides where they are ready for where they used to take the grass, where they do the grazing one. So this is how they used to take care of the food, students. Now apart from the grazing, means not only this, but they have been provided the other thing also, like that of the oil cakes. They have been provided with that of the corn, pulses. Other than that, they are also provided with corn, pulses, oil cakes. Oil cakes, which is the material left after the extraction of the oil seeds. Material left after the extraction of oil seeds. So the oil cakes are basically what? These are the materials which is left over after the extraction. When we get the oil seeds, whatever the things which is left over, which we call as the oil cakes, and these are also provided to that of the sheep to eat. Okay. Not only this, they are kept indoors and fed on the leaves, fed on the grasses also, so that they get the food. So this is how the shepherd, they used to take care of their health, they used to take care of their food also. Now moving on, and we will see the breeding of the sheep. So there are a lot of a sheep which is of a very good breed. It means, what is the meaning of a good breed? It means the sheep which used to provide a good quality of a wool, they are called as a good breed. So we can write it here, that is. So while selecting that of the sheep, students, we should select the good breed of a sheep, and this kind of a selection is we called as a selective breeding or selective bred. So that actually it is important to select the good breed of a sheep, because then we will get a high quality of a wool, or a good quality and a quantity of a wool we will get from it. So it is important that while selecting, we should select the a good breed. Okay. So we can write it here that there are ships, certain breed of sheeps are having thick hair, thick hair, it means thick fur, okay, thick coat of hair, which yield good quality of wool, which yield good quality of wool. Such kind of this is called selective. This is called as the selective breeding, and such sheeps are selectively bred by choosing at least one parent, sheep of good breed. So basically what does that mean here, students, that if we want, okay, we are providing this good amount of food, good quality of food, we are actually caring of that of the sheep. Okay, all these things are important, but the thing that we should take care while selecting that of the breed, that it should consist, the breed, that the sheep that we are selecting, at least out of the two parents, one of the parents should be provide a good quality of a wool. It means that consisting of a thick hair, thick coating of the hair on the body, and that will obviously will provide the good quality of a wool, students. So while selecting, we should remember that we should choose that breed, at least out of the two parents, one of the sheep should be of a good quality. It means that should be that should provide a good quality of a wool to us. Okay. So this is how we will get a good breed. Now once the breeding happens, then once the rear sheep is now has developed a thick hair or a coat of fur, so we should cut off for getting the wool. And the cutting of wool, now the cut of wool through which the cutting of the hair of the sheep through which we get the wool, that we call as the fleece. So the cut of wool coat, the cut of wool coat, cut of wool coat of a sheep, is called fleece, students. That is called as the fleece. So the cut of wool coat of a sheep is called fleece. Okay. Now the fleece consisting of the fleece consists of soft woolen fiber, fibers. Okay. So this is the term that we should remember, that fleece is what? It is actually the consisting of the soft woolen fiber. It is actually the wool coat of a sheep. Okay. And the fleece of a sheep should be kept in one piece. The fleece of the sheep should be kept in one piece. It should be kept in one piece. Okay. So we used to cut off the wool coat of the sheep, and that we call as a fleece. Now this fleece is actually consisting of the soft woolen fiber. Now that should be kept in one piece, that the fleece should be kept in one piece. So this is how, student, we are doing the rearing and breeding of that of the sheep. Now let us go further and try to understand the next topic, and that is how wool is obtained from the sheep. Means we had actually seen here in this topic that how we are doing this rearing and breeding of the sheep. Now let us see that, okay, now our sheep is ready to provide fleece to us. So how or what are kind of a method that we should use in order to get the wool from the sheep. So the next one is how wool is obtained from the sheep. How wool is obtained from the sheep. How wool is obtained from the sheep, students. Okay, so there are different methods by which we will obtain the sheep, because the obtaining the wool from the sheep, this is what is a kind of a long process, and on the basis of that we have categorized, we have divided into different steps. So we can say here that is different steps which is involve steps for obtaining wool from sheep. Actually, whenever we are talking about the wool, student, here from that of the fleece, how we will get the wool fiber, and which we will again used for making the yarn. So basically the wool is obtained by the different process. What are these different processes? So the first one is shearing. Shearing process is there. Then next one is scouring. Shearing, scouring, then sorting, then dyeing, also combing, then combing, and finally spinning, and then spinning. You know that you have heard about this term about the spinning. What is the spinning, students? We are knowing that when this fiber is spun together to form yarn, this process is called as this spinning. We know that we can make the fiber to fabric in two steps. The first step is the fiber is not directly converted to the fabric, but actually there is another step in between the fiber to fabric, and that step is the formation of a yarn. So spinning is that process with the help of the spindle, with the help of spinning machine. We used to spin that of the fiber into yarn, and this yarn again through the method of the knitting, we used to join together this yarn. They are again joined together in order to make the fabric. So this is how the fiber is made into the fabric. Now you will understand that what are these steps. Okay, this is the step when we get the fiber and we make the fabric. this method, that how the fleece is obtained, then how it will be used for the method of scouring, then how it is shorted into different types of hair, then how it will be colored because the color is cream white or black, or sometimes it is blue, then how we can comb it in order to make it fine, and finally we will do the spinning one. So these are the different steps which we will going to discuss, that by this method we are able to obtain wool from the sheep, student. Okay.